welcome back to Viking Warlord Gaming. We're checking out some retro fighters. Take a look at the intro here and get into it. This is the first Art of Fighting game from 1992. SNK, Neo Geo. Yeah. Ryu Sakazaki and Robert Garcia. So, King of Fighters 15 is coming out this year. It looks really good, so I figured I'd go back and play some of the SNK games leading up to some of the characters in that series. I got the Art of Fighting Anthology, and I got Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 2, so we'll be going through those over the next couple videos. I love fighting games. I've been a big fan my whole life. So we're starting off in the story mode with Ryu Sakazaki. This is the first guy, Todo. This game is hard, but it's satisfying when you figure out the characters you're fighting and you can actually beat them. The graphics are amazing too. Look at those sprites, man. The sprites are big and detailed. Yeah, so this game, it's pretty hard compared to most fighting games, but it's kind of like boss fights each level. So you got to kind of figure out what they do, and taunt, punch, kick, and like a super move, kind of a strong move, but I don't know, it's been pretty fun so far. This is my playthrough of Art of Fighting. Yeah, when I first put it in, I was getting my rear kicked. It was a learning curve. But as I progressed through, it felt good, so I'd suggest checking this out if you've never played it. It's, I wouldn't say it's impossible. It's just, you gotta kind of, I think each fight took me about, I don't know, maybe 10 times. The last guys, I think I was on for more than 10 times, but it's tricky, but I got it, so it's kind of nice. This dude is pretty cool, big fat biker guy. Let's take a look.
Round one. Fight.
It was pretty hard, actually. He seemed to have more reach than I did, too. Look at this guy. This game's kind of different too, because you don't really have to hit them that much. I mean, a couple, 5-6 good hits, you take their whole life bar. So it's kind of different than some other fighting games nowadays. It's like not realistic, but kind of, I mean, look at that. The backgrounds are amazing too. Look at the detail in the backgrounds. That's awesome. Your little green meter under your health meter is your spirit gauge, and that lets you do your special moves. And if you taunt, you suck your opponent's gauge down, and then you can charge it up like Super Saiyan. You hold the punch button and you like charge it back up. But the AI is so relentless, you can't really charge it up too good. Not like the Dragon Ball Z fighting games. If you look at the characters too, they get like bruised faces and bloody faces. Street Fighter doesn't even show that damage. Look at my face, it's all bruised up. So that was the second level. Riding that motorcycle. So this this Ryu Sakazaki, I think he's in the new the King of Fighters games that's coming out. Because Art of Fighting, this series, three games, is like a prequel to Fatal Fury, and Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, is a spin-off of Fatal Fury. So if you take the Art of Fighting games, that happened, I guess, from what I've researched, in like 1978 to 1982. And then Fatal Fury takes off after that time period. So that's during the 80s and 90s. And then King of Fighters is present day? I don't know. So they're kind of, all the games are kind of intertwined. So
Round 1.
and this story kind of takes place at where Rio's sister disappears and you're looking for her. So it's kind of like a, the old school Final Fight, Double Dragon. The girl gets kidnapped by some Yakuza or something, and then you got to go get him. So Ryu's trying to get his sister, so he's traveling all around trying to get her from this crime organization. And then Robert Garcia, the other playable character that's in this
Round 2.
series, he's like a mix between, Andy Garcia, that actor, and then Steven Seagal. He kind of looks like that. But I haven't played through as him yet. This is just the real playthrough. It's a fun game. I had fun playing. I had fun playing through this. Like I said, it's difficult but satisfying. I mean, when I finally beat the characters, I was like, yeah! Stand up and do a little happy dance. There is a 2-player in this, but you gotta have friends that come over and play because it's not online. So you're only really, with this first game, able to play with the 2 characters. You can't take anyone through the story mode. Only those 2 out of the 8. But the versus mode has like 8 characters. You can play as this little Lee person, and all the enemies you can play as. My main thing was just I wanted to kind of learn the backstory of the games before I get King of Fighters 15. And then Fatal Fury has like Terry Bogard, that dude who looks like Ken from Street Fighter with the blonde ponytail and the baseball cap. But yeah, so all the characters from this game and the other game will be intertwined in King of Fighters. It's kind of fun. They kind of they're a little more gritty than the Street Fighter. I guess that the original Street Fighter game, some of the developers and designers on that went over to SNK and made these games. So this is these games are made by people that worked on the original Street Fighter series. So it's kind of cool. Matsumoto, is that his name? Matsumoto was the game director of this. But and there's strategy too, because it's like I suck down all the spirit bar of my enemies so they can't do any special moves. Leave a comment if you played this game, if you thought it was hard. I thought it was pretty hard, and the commands aren't as, like now they got Street Fighter down to a science where everybody has kind of a quarter turn, projectile or whatever. The button inputs on this are a little bit trickier. You definitely have to defend a lot more in this. Make sure you're blocking high, low, and so on and so forth. And you'll die a lot. I had to continue a lot, but it was fun. It was a learning process.
Fight.
See, I don't know what happened there. It's like did I deflect a fireball back, or what happened there? I don't know. I'll take the win, though. Moving on. King, this character is going to be in the new King of Fighters. If you get a chance, you should check out some of the trailers from KOF 15, and it looks amazing. I also I've been on a fighting game kick. Like I said, I'm a big fan of them, but I wanted to do like my favorite fighting games of the past 2 years. I've been playing, you know, MK11, Injustice 2, Dragon Ball Fighters, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. What else do I have? I have Street Fighter 5. I've been playing that. I have them all. So I was going to do like a little compilation. They got these little mini games. I love these things. Fail. I missed the Test Your Mights in Mortal Kombat. I love that. No, so I wanted to do a little compilation video, but I think I'm just going to give each fighting game its own little video. Kind of like this, and then depending on if people want, you know, if people like them, I'll do more, but kind of want to just get them all hammered out.
Round 1.
Kind of talk about why I like each game. But this dude, what's this guy supposed to be? He looks like Richard Simmons. That old 80s dancing to the oldies guy.
Burning.
Kind of a weird character design, but
I'm number 1. Round 2. Fight.
you talk too much and they come in on you.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, broke your shins, boy.
Final round. Fight. Come on, baby.
So it's like this is, I mean, you can kind of tell all the, it seems like all the main characters from these games back in the 90s all have that Ryu from Street Fighter type look. I mean, this guy's orange and black, karate gi. What's Ryu? Is he white with red belt? I can't remember. Red headband, black belt, I don't know. Ken, he looks like Ken, kind of. But it's almost like the Mortal Kombat thing where you got all the ninjas that are different colors. It's like all these games have some random hunky dude in a karate gi with a different color pattern, which is kind of funny. I can take you to the port, but not inside the carrier. HAOI-KEN.
Pick the Guardian.
Who's this? Look at this. Is this Guile? No, this is John.
Round 1. Fight.
You see his glasses just came off? See, this game has a lot of detail too, with like the little costume pieces that like come off. You punch a guy and his glasses fly off, or his hat flies off. It's kind of cool. If you kill him with a fireball, their shirt blows off. It's kind of cool. The attention to detail. They didn't do that in fighting games. Street Fighter, I know some of the Mortal Kombat just do it where the more you take damage, you get holes in your clothes and dirty. I love that stuff. I mean, I wish it. I don't think Street Fighter V has any of that, which would be cool. You know, dust and dirt on your face, cuts and scratches. Excuse me. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a playthrough Art of Fighting, the first one. Just wanted to showcase it. Hopefully, some of you will give it a try, or at least you'll see that some of these games are pretty cool. You know, from what, pushing 92, 2002, 2002, this game will be 30 years old in 2 years, 1 year. I mean, that's amazing. They don't make games like this anymore. I wish they, well, I mean, I wish they would kind of use these for the basis and then update it a little bit, because it's fun. I mean, look at the colors, and I'm learning my super. You got to learn your super move, and you can't do it until you learn it. Perfect. Nailed it. The super death blow.
Scene 7, the factory.
Factory. Who's this? This guy right here is a bastard. This guy was so hard. I played this over and over again, probably about, I don't know what happened there, but it took me like 2 hours to beat this guy, to keep continuing. He was so cheap and so hard. His reach is like so much farther than you with those stupid sticks. And he's powerful. The jump kick works when he dives in on you. Jump kick. I think I had to cheese my victory a little bit, but he was such a stinking idiot. What is he, like a 2-bit pimp? Big bald pimp? I don't know, with those sticks. What are those sticks?
Round 2.
They look like rulers from school. I love the old high dive kick, sweep kick combo. See, you go to throw your fireball and he's too quick. It's like, what the hell? Jeez, the old sweep. But I know, it took me like, that was like my 50th time trying to beat him. So I was just like, whatever. I just want to beat him and move on. Finn the Karate Gym. Finn the Karate Gym. Is it find? Bad translation.
Scene 8, the Karate Gym.
So this is the end boss, Mr. Karate. And I'll just fill you in now. I couldn't beat him. He was so hard. SNK bosses are so hard. Look at that. He uses the death blow right at the beginning. He's like faster than me. Anyway, I got so frustrated. I gave it a quit after this, but this is the last guy, the final boss. But there was no way. I spent about 2 hours trying to beat him. I couldn't do it. My skills were good enough, so maybe I'll try it again sometime. But he's a cool little character, and the end of this game ends in a cliffhanger, so I won't spoil it for you, but... And then Art of Fighting 2 should be next on the list. So, thanks for watching. That was the Art of Fighting. Leave a comment what you think of it. It's a good looking game. It's just, and it's fun, but it's, you know, challenging but satisfying. I suggest giving it a try. We'll be back with the fighting game Blitz next time.